Hey Maris, have you ever done one of those movie quote-alongs?
No, I have not, but I've heard they're a lot of fun. Our producer Ashley Holcroft did Die Hard for Christmas, and she loved it.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon!
One of the many fan favorites of Big Lebowski is another. They have figured out here at the Alamo that audience participation is the key, and it doesn't hurt when you have a few good libations around, too.
In case you missed it, the Draft House, which started in Austin, took over the AMC Main Street Theater a few years back. And they've got a great facility here. With this downtown revival going on, this can be a pretty lively place.
A lot livelier than back in the days when the old Empire Theater stood on the site and a tree was growing through the roof.
Well, trees in these parts are pretty naked right now. But that won't stop us from sharing another installment of our ongoing series, My Favorite Fountain.
In anticipation of warmer days to come, Dave Burkhardt headed north to share with you Anita Gorman's not so surprising choice.
This is the Northland Fountain, North Oak and Vivian Road. The Northland Fountain is my favorite fountain because it united the community and we all own it and we're all proud of it. We've got more land north of the river than they do south of the river, but we didn't have any fountains. So it was time that we had one. And the community came behind us. We got even 3 cents from little children, and Farmland Industries was a big contributor, and we turned this fountain on June the 21st, 1983. I was called when I was on the park board to go up to the Northland Fountain because there were children in it and they should not be in it because there was no lifeguard or anything like that. So I came right up here to do that. And being an old school teacher, I thought that wouldn't be hard for me. And the little 4-year-old said, "Aren't you going to get in?" And I said, "No." And he said, "You should. This is the goodest place in the whole world." And I thought, have a good time. I didn't kick him out. It's the second most used public spot for weddings in the whole city. Blues Park is first. This is second. You see all kinds, people here. Kids, when they're going to the prom, they come here and have their picture taken. This fountain remains the largest fountain that runs year-round when the temperature is below freezing. People should come here because they can see that this is the way things can happen when people unite and work together for something.